22 Blinkster here. Today we have the 30 carbine and we're shooting some 80-year-old ammo.
This is a little bit different video that I am accustomed to making. Beside me is my nephew. He has a YouTube channel called Mr. Clipazine, is that right?
Mr. Clipazine, yes sir.
Mr. Clipazine, so go check it out. It's a little bit of pew-pew. He's just started out, so give him some support. But one of the cool things about our family, and more so his side of the family, was an individual. Tell us who that individual was.
So my great-grandfather was Sergeant Edgar Harrell. He was a Marine on board the Uss Indianapolis, the ship that delivered the bomb that would take out Hiroshima, carrying the bomb Little Boy.
That's a pretty awesome piece of history. I've known Papa Ed, good grief, probably close to 30 years, way before he was alive. Me and his dad were best friends, and we used to go to his house and camp and fish and hunt and all that other good stuff. But one of the nicest men you'll ever meet. But he was one of the Marines that was on the Navy ship that was protecting Little Boy. So I think there was like a dozen Marines or so that was protecting it, maybe 24 or something like that.
I think it was like 30, in the 30s.
In the 30s,
yeah.
Okay. It's a very small number compared to the seamen or the Navymen that were on the ship. So I think there were like 1,195 on that ship, and 890 survived once the ship sank.
Yes.
So they were lost at sea for 4 days, and I think there was only like 390 survived after 4 days, something like that.
Yeah, it was in 300s, 316, I think.
Yeah, so not very many. You know, if you've ever seen any kind of documentary on the USS Indianapolis, or any of those things, your great-grandfather wrote a book. It's also an audio book. Papa Ed actually passed away a couple years ago. I guess he was, what, 97, 98?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I think it was 96.
Yeah, 96.
You know,
so all these is a lot of numbers.
Big numbers.
Yeah, big numbers. So, and you know, he was just a sweet, sweet man, and he went around teaching the history of the USS Indianapolis. But this is why you actually clicked on the video. This is some of his original M1 carbine ammunition. This ammunition was made by Lake City in 1944. It has stayed in these magazines and with him since he was a Marine. So we've got several magazines. We're not going to shoot all of it, but I'm curious, do you think 80-year-old ammunition that's been loaded in this magazine, now I don't know how this was stored. Now it was in a ammo container, but that's not to say that ammo container wasn't opened up 40 years ago, stuck in the corner of a garage or whatever have you. But this is some of his ammunition that he's had since World War II. But I don't know if it's going to fire or not. What do you think?
It's American made. It's definitely going to fire.
American made, so you're definitely going to fire. So all right, we're going to shoot some control first with some regular Federal 110 grain 30 carbine just for a control, and then we're going to load up some of this 80-year-old ammunition, and we're just going to put some down range. So pretty cool stuff.
Let's do it.
Are you going to shoot it first, or you want me to shoot it first?
I'll let you shoot it first.
Okay.
No Kentucky ballistics.
All right, so we got loaded up in the Clipazine right here. We've got 5 rounds of Federal 110 grain soft points. So just as a control to show that the gun functions, we're going to shoot this first. So, all right, Mr. Clipazine. Think I hit the 100 yards? No. All right, you hit it. Hit it twice. All right, so obviously he gets his shooting ability from my side of the family. So, all right, now we're going to grab one of these magazines that are loaded up with these old M1 carbines and see if they fire.
Let's do it.
Do you think they will, honestly?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right, let's try it. All right, so here we go. These are the old guys. I don't know if you can tell or not. Make sure that no one actually put a new round in here. So if you hold that real quick. Yep, 1944 head stamp. So this is 80 years old, or almost 80 years old. Let's try it. All right, if you want to hold that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over here.
Yeah, go right over there. Okay, should be fine. So
should be.
All right, it loaded. All right, put my ears in. Here we go. That one fired. No jam. It's actually firing. I thought it would go off, but I thought since the magazines have been loaded for 80 years that it would have trouble cycling. All right, I don't know how many I have left, but let's go for the 4-inch plate out at 100. Oh, I guess I was kind of close. Well, Gabe, it ran it fine. So the ammo will work. So if you were just going to put this in your bug out gear, if you had a 30 carbine, if your life depended on it. Now, do you want to shoot some of your grandfather's ammo that's 80 years old?
Let's do it.
All right. Well, great grandfather. Keep calling him grandfather because I always called him Papa Ed. All right, I'll hold these. All right, I'll step off the camera here.
All right, I'm gonna hit that 4-inch plate because you couldn't.
Yeah, aim a little high. I think I went underneath it just a little bit. Okay, you did go about 2 inches high.
Knocked it off.
That 30 carbine traveling at 1900 feet per second put a wallop on that. So it worked. And if you get a chance to read any of the history or watch any of the stuff, the USS Indianapolis have been mentioned multiple times in movies, you know, including Jaws.
So, but that's the USS Indianapolis. You were on the Indianapolis?
But the history and what these men went through for 4 days at sea, get it, you know, I'll put a link actually in the description of the video of his great-grandfather's book that he written about the USS. What's it called?
Out of the Depths.
Out of the Depths. So I will put a link to that book. So if you want to buy that book, or I guess, you know, do an audio, whatever you want to do, we'll put it in the link below. So I guess you can finish this off by, guys, y'all be safe.
And keep plinking. Hey y'all, 22 Plinkster here. Today we have the 30 carbine. We're going to be shooting some 80-year-old ammo.
Yep.
Good?
Sounds good.
Do I need to speak louder? Is that...
No,
And just like end it with a cheesy grin or something. Okay.
good.
All right. Hey y'all, 22 Plinkster here. Today we have the 30 carbine and we're shooting some 100-year-old ammo.
80-year-old ammo. Do it again.
100. Hey y'all, 22 Plinkster here. Today we have the 30 carbine. We're going to be shooting some 80-year-old ammo.
Did it anyways.
Oh, are you serious? No. I'm serious. I wasn't even...